We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Y'all can't talk about basics.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. And we are underway in this AFC Wildcard Weekend contest. Dory Jackson now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Let's start on the ground here. Tracy. And a nice 70-yard chunk on the opening snap of this game.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. From the 31. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Making that throw into double coverage to a running back, I don't want to live off of that, and I certainly am not going to count on it. But give some credit to the effort it took to make that catch with a whole bunch of bodies around him.
With a slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw by Purdy. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
On the handoff, this is Tracy. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run now.
Handsome Lagosian, name ring bells on both sides of the ocean. Falsetto finesse, swoon baby girl I wear out of the stretcher. She be like, You a part-timer, I'm an all-timer. You a viral artist, I will offline you. Stay far from y'all criers, bar for bar sire. Team full of stars and it all fire. I don't spill words, I spill Berg on a beat. Make a movie, yeah, it's the return of the G. Show them the way, cause they real nerds on the street like Braille. The way I make them feel words on the sheet. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. The sun gon' rise, the earth gon' spin. Toby gon' kill this beat, a chef gon' cook. You still don't get no looks. No better than Tech Bro Shook. Sticks and stones will break some bones, but your words can't hurt cause you ain't read no books. Stay woke, take notes, joke. Don't look shattered like broke glass. I'ma shine till they blind, pour the blinds out. You online making threats, make them sign out. I redefine routes. We the ones Chris Webber call a timeout. Around and find out. Around and find out. Around and find out. Got no respect for these dudes who doctor the message. They Jekyll on records, it's too late to hide out. Pull rank and file out. People style, I'm a wild out. Shorty gon' holler out. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. He's so good. She like, he's so good to me. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror and I thank God. Every morning, look in the mirror, salute a real one and I thank God he's so good. I wake up every morning, look in the mirror and I thank God. He's so good.
We're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
Windmills on both sides of the ocean, falsetto finesse.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Miami Dolphins. Well, strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Purdy off the play fake. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Purdy. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Micah Parsons. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Purdy Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's McCarthy. Open man here is Benson.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 53 yards. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this out to the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They go play action here. Purdy. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Purdy will look to throw again here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Back to throw, Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Purdy now to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Purdy on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Brock Purdy scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Benson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. It'll go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now. Throwing is McCarthy. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football. as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. To the air with McCarthy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Stick him with a pass. Here's McCarthy. Being chased out left. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! Trey Benson from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Purdy looking to throw. Has his man. It's Shakir. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they could make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. Throwing here, Purdy. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Purdy. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his foot.
He's got a man complete. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Going quickly out wide to Moore. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. That would complete downfield to Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's Purdy. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Khalil Shakir as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Now McCarthy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4. Here's McCarthy. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He's got Smith and Jigba. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Now the former Volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw McCarthy. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. They'll go again with Benson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 5. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point hits the left upright but goes through anyway. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the right side and intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Completes to Shakir once again. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Out of the gun, Purdy. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Purdy will look to throw again here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Purdy. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up second down. Back to throw, Purdy. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Purdy sets up to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Purdy now to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Seibert on for the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Trey Benson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Purdy looking to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Danny Stutzman buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This is caught by McMillan. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley. Purdy from the gun. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now Purdy. And one more time, here's Kirk. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Purdy. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Purdy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Brock Bowers from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. That's complete to Dobbs. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now McCarthy. Open man here is Benson. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
McCarthy operating from the gun. This is taken in by McBride. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Benson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now, backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Benson. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, they'll let the tight end Ingram run with it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Here's Purdy. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. But that won't do much good as he is tackled at his own 7. Throwing, Purdy. That's caught by Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Purdy to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Here's 1st down. Purdy to throw. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Here's Purdy to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And this is caught. He hits Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They'd prefer to use him on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Jones. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw is Jones. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Here we go, 1st and goal. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Here's McCarthy. That's complete to McBride. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. The Dolphins advancing in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.